Hello YouTube, back in the next BattleBots toy review, and today I have the Ginsu McDonald's toys. Actually, I think the last McDonald's toy that I have, there are only 8 made in total. I think I've reviewed them all now. And as you can see, if you remember, Ginsu was on Season 2.0 and Season 1.0, but Season 1.0 I think actually maybe had a bit more success. I mean, it did come apart. Ronin was able to beat it, and that's how Ronin kind of got to the semifinals. It's kind of surprising, but Ginsu did have it was mostly in demo bouts for the most part. I mean, Season 1 it did have one official bout, and then after that it kind of had only demo bouts because it was only shown. Actually, it debuted at I think it was Las Vegas 1999, where it ended up losing because it was knocked out. Despite the fact that Bekadon was technically knocked out before then, it just was. Yeah, this is I think where they started to define the rules. This is based on the Season 2.0 design because it's got the sort of X shape to it. And what's nice about this is if you watch the wheels at the bottom right on this side here, you'll notice there's a little show it. There's a little black belt that goes around the outside here. And if you notice, when I turn one, it turns the other. That's because I think these two are connected. There must be inside. There must be some kind of belt that's connecting the two together. And I can turn the other one and get the other one to move. These two do not move on their own. You can notice. There's no movement for this from the other side, from the wheels on this side here. You can see when they wind up. It's perfectly safe. I mean, they've designed it to look like saw blades without actually being saw blades. Got a decent amount of speed to it. Nothing major. I mean, it's pretty decent. I mean, it does exactly what the real robot did. It was able to roll over on its top side, and no matter how you roll it, there's always going to... And I think part of the reason they did this so that every which way you rolled it, it didn't matter. There was always one wheel that had the ability to drive and give that pullback motor. That's a great way to do it. Let's see. I mean, this is really well designed. It was almost exactly like it. It's props to them for getting one of the more... I guess it was a little more involved. It wasn't necessarily complicated, but, I mean, you had to go through a lot of extra detail just to make this work. They could have gone with a flattened version from Season 1. And remember, these came out in 2002. So they could have gone with the sort of mixture of the two. The one that was a little bit had bigger saw blades in the back that was using the Season 3.0 Rumble. Yeah, with Chinchilla and a couple of them. Yeah, Law Machine and Dreadnought. That was not the only debut of Dreadnought, actually. You never saw a Dreadnought ever again until 5th season. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. I have to say, they've done a pretty decent job with this. I mean, the little tire here on the side, these are pretty nice grip to them. They're not just a little band, not painted on there. They actually, I mean, I guess in some ways they probably could have just gone that way, since they're all supposed to be saw blades anyway. But they made it a little bit easier. I mean, unfortunately, they didn't do it on the red blades, so the pullback motor is going to be a little more difficult to use when it's flipped over. But yeah, they've done well here. I mean, this has got to be one of the better designs they've done. You can see this has got the BattleBots logo up here, if I can show it. It's a little bit hard to see. Yeah, you can just see it. It's right in here. This is where the logo is. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can get a good shot at it. Maybe this is better. Yeah, you can see a little bit better here. Not a whole lot, but maybe a little. Okay, that looks like that's got it. That's got a pretty good shot at it. But yeah, this is definitely one of the better toys. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't. The axles don't stick out like they did in the show, but obviously it's a lot easier this way. It's not like they helped them get back over anyway. It was still pretty well out of it. I mean, Chinchilla did keep it alive a little bit longer to survive the match, but they were dead. They were not winning that fight. Chinchilla pretty well dominated that, and that was the only time Chinchilla ever appeared was through demos, especially during Season 3.0. It actually takes on a gas pump. Empty, I presume. But you see it during, I think, before one of the breaks early on in the season. But yeah, nice idea. Nice way to actually have the toy be a pullback, no matter how it's rolled. That may have been partly. They may have chosen this one for more. It was more interesting anyway. I mean, granted, Mac Attack's probably the most unique-looking robot on the list, but then it was not meant. It was not an actual bot from the show, so. But yeah, they did well. I mean, they got the saw blades down pretty well. I mean, here's the big red blades are there. I mean, they have all the colors right. I mean, granted, some of these look more like gears than anything else. I mean, especially these two, at least, look like more like gears just the way they're designed. Although they're really, those little cogs are really close together if they're going to go that route. But yeah, you got the little carbide tip saws on the front here. They did really well getting this right. So major props to them. But as a bonus, I thought I'd bring in a couple of the Metal Mechanics toys that I reviewed previously, but didn't actually get to show how they worked. Now granted, I can't still show them all there. I don't know. I don't have the motor. I don't think I have the motor anywhere. It's not hooked up. I mean, if I find it and manage to get it going again, I can show it. But until then, I don't think that's going to happen. But I've got TazBot and Deblo here. Incidentally, both from the later era with the kits, the last versions of the kits that would get released. I guess I'll show the less interesting one first. Here's TazBot. And as I said back in the review, it's not a whole lot interesting, but I guess you may want to see it anyway, just to show what it's capable of. So when you actually fire it up and get it going here. So here's the, get this power switch, there it goes. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a tiny little buzzing noise going on from the motor working. But there you go. Not much to it, is there? And I guess it's kind of nice to, you can turn the head, you can show it from the front. So that's kind of cool. I can just show it from the front. I give it views here. It's kind of sad. The blade doesn't go all the way up or down or anything like that. I mean, I guess it's a nice little toy, and you can show it from the back as well. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it's kind of interesting the way you can turn the turret around. It would have been nice if the turret could move around back, you know, at least swing back and forth, maybe 45 degrees each direction from maybe over here and over here, something like that. But it's pretty decent. I mean, it's kind of disappointing, but, you know, it is a Metal Mechanics toy. You can't expect a whole lot from them. And yes, just to remind you, these are stickers on the side here. These came with the toy. So don't freak out and go, oh, you damaged it. Oh, no, you broke it. Where'd those impacts come from? Those are stickers. Those are actual stickers. You can see there's a little bit of, see if I can reflect them to show them a little bit better. You can see there's a little bit of reflectivity. They're not on the, if you get the toy, they're a little sticker sheet like you get with typical toys like this. I don't think my Deblo has any. They might. My Deblo actually don't think actually ever came with them, but yeah, that's the TazBot toy. So hopefully that'll at least help you out a bit. And here's Deblo. Deblo should be at least a little more interesting. This is, as I said, the season 3 design. Let me get the dust off of here first. These have been sitting on my shelf for who knows how long. It may, when I first start this up, it may stutter, so you may see it stick for a bit, because all the wires are kind of inside the toy. They're kind of sort of centered around where the mechanism is. When I first started it up, and I put fresh batteries in it, it had no problem and stuff. So, I don't know. It should be, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one a little bit better if you didn't enjoy that one. If you enjoyed that one, great. You might enjoy this one probably better, so here we go. Yeah, this one should be a little clearer. You should be able to hear the noise on this one inside a little bit more. And what it is a little rubber band inside. There's a little plastic. Oh, I don't know what to say about it. You see, it's so strong that it's actually tipping the toy forward. That's just shows there's a little bit of power behind the weapon, even though it's a very simple mechanism inside. There's a little, there's a rubber band, a little rubber pulley, and then there's a little rubber band inside there, and then there's a little plastic, I don't know what to call it, really. I don't remember what they call it, but what happens is the rubber band pulls on it, and that pulls the weapon down, that kind of gives a little tension, and, you know, it's kind of complicated to show. I mean, maybe on a later episode I can actually open these up and show you what they're made of. There's the underside. It goes to show you that these plates here, they're actually attached. They're screwed into place right here. There are these little nuts and bolts here in the inside here. That's how those are held together. But other than that, if you have the original kit, it's exactly the same. The only difference is it's got the little extension here from the Season 3.0. Look, I suppose I can show it from the front as well. Just to give you that sort of view, kind of give you the idea of coming at you kind of deal. Yeah, it's certainly fairly interesting. I mean, granted, you're not going to do any damage with this, because, I mean, the weapon is obviously meant to be safe. It's pretty rubbery. Flexes back and forth, especially with the flipping arm. I mean, granted, it's a nice way to go at it. I mean, they did a pretty decent job, at least attempting to get the changes that were made. Unfortunately, the weapon bits are not as well as they could be. You'll notice when you actually get the toy, there's actually a hole for where these attach. If you see here, there's a screw. It goes all the way through to the other side. So yes, when you first get this toy, you'll notice that there's a hole in the shaft of the weapon. So if you want the original kit, that won't come with this. That won't come with the wedge skirts either. But I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, I think it's pretty good, pretty cool either way. I mean, they did a pretty decent job. And the only downside, of course, is the wheels are black instead of gray. This may have been making it more like kid-friendly. They may not have even bothered. They may have thought about it over time, I'm sure. But I mean, I think in the 10th episode of season 3.0 of BattleBots, you can see the toy as a prototype. In fact, I put it up on the BattleBots wiki. Kind of gives you some idea where they were going with it even before it was being done. So it wasn't too far off. I don't think Tazbot's in this yet. That Tazbot was in the obviously in the late era. Although you won't see this exact toy. You'll see the original version without the wedge skirts and the extension on top here. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw it in as a bonus because I kind of sort of did disappoint you guys. It's kind of harsh of me not to go out and put batteries in them. But I put batteries in them in this one, so I figured, okay, let's just throw them in as a bonus. But, you know, there you go. So that's my review on the BattleBots Ginsu McDonald's toy, and little bonus features I featured, the little demonstrations of the Metal Mechanics toys. Thanks for watching.